2018. So I'm here with Gravy, and I just think about all the joy that he brings me and how much better he makes my life, even when he's, ruining takes by eating food. He has ruined so many takes because he's been eating food during them. It's adorable, but it's also like, bro, come on. Hey. But if you're in a position to have an animal, I wouldn't mind encouraging you to get one. I know for me, he's been just a godsend. I love this cat so much, and we play a lot. We go for walks. So yeah, if you're in a position to have an animal, highly encourage it, or do things for your own mental health that just bring joy. Like right now, he is. Oh man, we don't normally sit like this, so he's just loving these ear scritches. But maybe you're in a position where you can't have an animal or can't afford it, or you couldn't give it the lifestyle that they deserve. Like for myself, I won't get a dog until I'm home more. If I'm gone for 7 or 8 hours during a day, like that's not good. That's not good. That dog's gonna pee everywhere. I don't want that. I definitely don't want that. But with a cat, they have a litter box and it's a lot easier. So for yourself, for your mental health, just think about the things that, really bring joy to you. Now, does that mean, going for a walk always brings you joy, that every time you go on a walk you have to be joyful? No, you're human. You're allowed to have other emotions, but it just might be something nice to maybe pull you out of a lull. And with the Bucking Fit Life Journal, we really want to make sure that we're just being honest with ourselves. How was your day? Was it actually a good day? No? Okay, well then talk about it. Or don't. You don't have to. This is merely everything in the Mental Health Masterclass, especially, it's all trial by error. These are things that have worked for myself. These are things that I have read from experts, that I have researched, that studied. And, we also have experts coming in to offer their mental health expertise. But it's just one of those, maybe everything that so far that you've listened to or read is like, I just don't agree with it. Okay. I'm not totally right. Hi, buddy. Okay. You want to go? You want to go? Okay. Oh, got those scritches. Hi, pal. But it just might not be your cup of tea, and that's okay. You're allowed to drink from another cup of tea. You don't always have to agree with what we are saying. Like, now, are we coming at it from a research, evidence-based, logical, and practical way? Yes. We're not here to swindle you or sell you on a product. But it is something to consider that, like, well, maybe we're not talking to you specifically. Maybe you have different ways of going about it, and that's okay. We're all unique humans. Like, we don't all agree. In the music on my mind section, you're going to hear music from me that you're like, I don't like that at all. And that's fine. It's fine. That's stuff that relates with me, that I can relate to. And actually, I just love it. I love it. And some of it, hits in the feels, and it's like, oh, it hurts so good. Oh, let me go back because the sad part of the song didn't hit me enough. So I got to go back to it. If you're someone who listens to sad songs like I am, because I like to honor those emotions and accept them so that I can use them for my benefit. But find the nuances of your life. That's why in the Mindset Mobility course, it was really important for me to give alternative options, because like, the world is not black and white. It's just not. But it's not just also this abstract thing that we can't tangibly grasp. I mean, a lot of it is, but there's just more of a nuance to it, which is why, like, okay, hey, with my mindset mobility, with my mental health, like, how can I accept and honor, some of the really sad things in life, but also have gratitude and cultivate, a mindset of of just grace and generosity and compassion with the really good things in life. And because life, it happens in the middle. Like I've talked about that. If this is a 10 and this is a 1, life is more in the middle. We're not always going to have great days. We're not always going to have bad days. Life lives here. And that's where most of us live. That's why we learn to ride those mental waves. That's why, we focus on the things that we can control. As much as I would love to fly and be able to steer the plane that I am so unqualified for and should never be able to do or be allowed to do, I just have to trust that someone else that has my best interest at heart. You're in this masterclass series trusting that we have your best interests at heart, and we do. Now, does that mean that everything we say is gospel? Absolutely not. Wouldn't think. We are not vain enough to believe that everything we say is 100% correct. Like, look, they still test gravity. Pretty sure that exists, but with science, the way that it works is it's more along the lines of disproving things than it is about proving them. And so even if something is successful 99.9% of the time, well, that doesn't mean it's going to succeed on the next one, right? So perhaps with your nutrition or your mental health or your fitness goals, yeah, maybe you're following something so finite, but there might be something missing, or you're doing too much, or you're not doing enough, or you are stressing out about it mentally so much, but your fitness and nutrition are like on point, but this stress in here is, weighing you down more than you even realize. So it's one of those, like, if we can take in that information, use what's good for us. It's not a hypocritical thing. It's not like, it's not one of those where, well, you can't do it, but I am, or I'm going to do it. Oh, no. Oh, you're doing that? Oh, well, I don't want to do that anymore. It's not this like hypocritical, oh, I'm going to get so mad at people texting and driving, but then I'm going to text and drive because that's a bunch of crap. Please don't do that. But it's what is useful for me. What is useful for me? As most of you know, I am an actor in the television and film world, and there are a bunch of different acting methods out there. Is one of them more right? I mean, Sterling K. Brown does this, and then Leonardo DiCaprio does this, Tom Hardy does that, Denzel Washington does this. Like, are any of them bad? Oh my gosh, if I could have a career like any of them, it'd be amazing. But it's like, we take what we can from a lot of different sources. For whatever reason, I play a bunch of bad guys. Does that make me a bad person? No. Does it make me question, like, why do they keep... Maybe it's this face. That's creepy. But it's one of those things, like, we take what we can from our own natural experiences. We take what we can from experts or guides or resources or self-help books, whatever it is, or acting books. It doesn't matter. We take what we can, and then we want to keep what is useful for us, rather than just, and maybe it's throwing darts at the dartboard and seeing what sticks, and it's like, oh, I like that. But just remember, like, when you're going through your mental health, that journey doesn't end. We look at people who are at the end of their lives, and some of the things that they say about, man, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done that, or I wish I would have spent more time with loved ones, or been more compassionate, or I wish I would have traveled more and did. Like, I personally don't want to wait until I'm 50 or 60 to do the things that I say I want to do. Like, yes, there are requirements. Yes, there is business that needs to happen. Yes, we need to be able to provide for ourselves, our families, our communities. Yes. At the same time, life is about more than just being another cog in the machine. It is. And, for my mental health, having Gravy, taking him hiking with me, going on walks, like, that's just so good for my mental health. I love him. And we've talked a little bit about the Ashes to Ascension course that will be made. And in that, I'll talk about how I I was living for him for a time. I wasn't in a place where I could just live for myself because life was very dark and I didn't want to. And I've been open and vulnerable about that with you all, but also I'm in a place now where I can openly talk about it. Back then, I not only did I not know what I needed or how to communicate it or what was going on, but it was like, if I say it, that makes it real, and I'm terrified of that. But now it's like, hey, yeah, I struggled with suicidal thoughts. I did. My life was very traumatic in the last year and a half. Then trauma-inducing nightmares, post-traumatic stress disorder diagnosis, anxiety, depression diagnoses. But now we're on the other side. Like I had to try a lot of things. I had to overcome that adversity. I had to learn how to sit with my trauma, not inside of my trauma. And we're just going to keep learning. We're just going to keep learning and growing. And, you know, that doesn't mean we can't find contentment in who we are, but it also means like, hey, wow, that is how you see the world. That's fascinating. You know, I don't personally think that would be beneficial for me, or it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could see the world like that. Oh, okay, cool. You're a human too. I'm a human. But it's less about convincing you, hey, these are the only ways to do it, because it's not. That's why we're going to keep coming out with videos. That's why we're going to keep coming out with courses, because we're just going to keep learning. We're going to keep growing. We're human. We're allowed to make human mistakes. And boy, have I made a lot of them. But when I can own my own stuff, like that just makes me a better person. That just makes me more accountable. And hopefully for you as someone who's learning from me, it's like, oh, I can trust this guy because when he's wrong, he's going to talk about it. When he finds something out, he's going to let me know about it because he cares so damn much. I hope you know how much I care. This is day number 4 of the mental health and fitness videos and some of the nutrition guidance videos, but this is video 70 plus. I might be more than that. This is doing these things. And each one I'm trying to just let you all know, like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. I'm so thankful for you. I care so damn much about you. I might not even know you. But if this can help one person, if this can help 10, 100,000, like, we want to help people live healthier, more sustainable lives, and there's no right way to do it. There's your way to do it, and that's why you get Bucking Fit, to live Bucking Fit. End on that. Noise. I appreciate you, team. If no one's told you today, I love you. I hope you have a great day. Take care of yourself. You matter. If you thought this was helpful, be sure to subscribe. But also, there's a lot more where that came from. I created the Bucking Fit Life Masterclass series, which has hours and hours of content covering nutrition, mental health, and fitness. And I want you to head to the link down below so that you can get your free mini workbook that gives you just a taste of what you can experience on the inside. Can't wait to see you there.